Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Gamefromscratch. Today we're going to give you a free trip to the optometrist. Yes, today we are going to do a bit of an eye exam, so just get ready and tell me, eye 1 or eye 2? Alright, next image, eye 1 or eye 2? Next image, eye 1 or eye 2? And final image, eye 1 or eye 2? Yes, what you just saw is an update that is proposed for Visual Studio's user interface, and frankly, as I'm getting older and my eyes aren't what they used to be, I appreciate this upgrade. And what you see here in front of you, this is the last time they updated the user interface for Visual Studio back in 2021. It wasn't a huge update by any means, but you see they kind of just made the icons more consistent and clear. I know how some people could definitely prefer the other style, but I do find that the new style was a little bit more legible. It just kind of popped well, and it didn't burn your eyes quite as much to look at. They also, the big improvement was where they got some of the glaring contrast out of the dark mode. So the accent color before, it used to just bleed at your eyes, just pop out at you, and they made some changes there. So there's a bunch of little changes to the Visual Studio UI that happened a little while back. Well, now they're proposing a UI refresh. They're using their Microsoft Fluent design language, and we saw a lot of the suggestions that they were making here. So you can switch between the old school toolbar and the new school toolbar. So you can click into these. We already saw them in action. So you can see the improvements that are going on here. And the biggest thing that you're going to notice here is the icons aren't really being changed all that much. You're going to see some of the contrast is being punched out, so it's a bit more muted to your eyes. But the biggest thing that they've done here is they're spacing the design out a bit. And I actually honestly appreciate this. We used to live in a world where we used to jam as much crap into the screen as possible. And now I just find this information overload, it's just too much. It's one of those things when you load up Visual Studio. Now, I know Visual Studio is all singing, all dancing, does a lot of stuff, but there's no reason for this menu to be jammed into this space when it all fits. So what they've done is they've stretched it out a bit. And we live in a world with 4K displays now. The spacing is nice. I do think, though, that this could have been primarily just a configuration setting that they could expose out to us, but it is definitely a change. We also got styling changes right here. It's not zooming in. All right, so here we go. Again, spaced things out a little bit more, made the tab sizing a little bit bigger, and they've changed the contrast again of the icons that you see. Not huge changes at all, but definitely, in my opinion, it does make things more readable. And again, you're seeing here the old Solution Explorer, the new Solution Explorer. So again, some of the contrasts have been dialed back a bit. There's more spacing between things. Everything is just a little bit bigger. I wonder if this boils down to the people at Microsoft are also getting a little bit older and they just don't want to squint while they worked on things. So these are the proposals that they are making. There's actually more hands-on with them. So this isn't going to give you like an A or a B. This is literally just what we are proposing to change to. So here would be the new UI using the dark theme. And then here it is using the, oh my gosh, light theme. So light theme is very blinding, I will say. Toolbar change, dark theme and light theme on it. Menus, dark theme and light theme changes there. Document tabs, again, more spacing on them, dark theme, light theme. And the tool window, dark theme, light theme, and that's about it. So if you're interested in giving them some feedback, they are soliciting it. That is what this particular document is all about. So this is their feedback on the Visual Studio UI refresh. So if you absolutely hate what they're doing, love what they're doing, whatever, you can give the feedback here. You'll find if you actually go through the feedback, it's very mixed. Some people love it, some people hate it, and that's just the nature of user interfaces in general. But if you do or do not like the changes that they're making here, you can give them feedback here, or if you want them to make bigger changes, you can give them feedback here. So yeah, that is the change that they're making. Generally well received, I would say. So maybe a lot of people are just, you know, have older eyes like myself. And if you're interested in learning more about it, every single major company out there has their own design language. You've got Material Design over at Google. Well, Microsoft has their Fluent Design. So it's basically it's an open source cross-platform design system that gives designers and developers the framework they need to create and engaging product experiences, accessible internationalization, and performance included. So they've got full documentation on how their Fluent UI works across a variety of different platforms. So if you're a user interface geek, you may enjoy reading this. Also, there's some downloads you can get here, things like font packs and so on, that fit their design. There's even a Figma starting point here. So that is Microsoft Fluent Design. Again, it's their equivalent to Material Design, and it's going to show up in more and more and more of their products. And this isn't nothing new for Microsoft. Remember when they did the ribbons? Oh, the ribbons. Yeah, so this is the new design language, and that is where they're going to go with the whole Visual Studio UI refresh. Again, a bit of a rundown. Some of the examples here. Go back to the very top one that shows the whole thing. It's pretty mild, but it's a program that you actually live in. These kind of changes can have a very profound effect. You know, instead of having your eyes burn out, they're there, or you could actually find that the contrast that they're getting rid of actually makes it harder for you to visually identify things. It's interesting, but I actually even find small UI fixes can cause me not to have a headache at the end of the day. So it seems like a very minor topic, but it can actually be pretty important. So let me know what you think. Do you like the old system better, or do you like the proposed UI changes, or do you not care at all? Let me know. Comments down below, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.